Ray, do you want to say your famous starting words?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're on the air. Sorry about that. I didn't know if you had whether you were actually joining us or not. So I'm just starting to stream there. We should be up. So hello everybody, all 4 people that are watching us. And I can't figure out how to get this even up. I'm a disaster tonight. Tonight's all over the place.
You said that last week.
I know, yeah, it's getting worse though. It should be improving at this stage.
I know, we said that right. It's getting old.
Very old. I'll always be older than you guys.
I know, thank God.
Until I die, then you can catch up with me. Okay, yeah, we're streaming there now. Okay, so on the screen there. So welcome back to Donica, who's been away for a bit, and Mikey, thanks for joining us again. And tonight we don't have Ben, although I did notice on our WhatsApp stream he's already given advice to Mikey, who's running his character. I might have to tweak these volume levels.
I think my WhatsApp is down. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, all the WhatsApp's gone down. So on the screen, so everybody, okay, so we have Mikey, we've Giant Badger, who I think is Donica, and... sorry? You can change that if you want. You see the pen on the menu bar down the bottom? That'll let you change it if you want to. So we had left in... Last week we had paused, we were in combat. So we'll just do a quick recap, especially as Donica wasn't here. So Donica got stuck in 1330. When he was, and the party eventually showed up in 1331, so he was a year in Dublin, and I don't know, he invented something, or he flogged something, or how did you make your money?
I can't remember. I put it into WhatsApp last week and I can't.
Oh yeah, you opened up a coffee house, coffee shop.
Coffee house.
Coffee houses, yeah. So did you yeah, so you managed to get some plant materials off Wacker, was it? And you were carrying them for him, and you cultivated some indigenous species. Okay, so Adam made his money from bringing hash to Ireland. So in 1330, and setting up Dublin's first coffee house. So where you? Well, yeah, why not? And so after that, you had tracked down what's her name, Carrie, who is masquerading as Dame Keitler, who turned out to be the first woman in Ireland accused of heresy, and her handmaid Petronella de Mead was the first woman in the British Isles burnt at the stake for heresy. So she fled, the Rian Keitler, and was never seen again. But you recognised her as Carrie, the person who has been plaguing you throughout time. So you followed her. She was running an orphanage with this guy, Robin Artisan, who seems to have come from nowhere. Don't know anything about him, but he set up this church, and this is the modern day Google image of the church. That's usually called Francis Street Church, but it's known as Saint Nicholas of Myra or something. So this is the front entrance here that you came in. This is the grotto where Mary, Holy Mary, the clone host, the Thylaxu tanks that God used to clone himself as Jesus. So that's where she was, and she took up roost and uprooted herself and came over and started attacking you. This building here, we'll say, is the orphanage. This is the church. This is the back entrance from John Dillon Street, where the tombs are, and this is roughly out here where you killed the Black Pig all those years in the future. So you're in the middle of a battle. So any questions on where we left off from last week?
Okay.
Or I'll just throw up the...
I'm unconscious yet, right?
You're about on your next go. You will be revived because you rolled a critical, so that gives you back not critical. You rolled an nat 20 on your death save, so that gives you 1 health point back. So you'll come out of that unconsciousness there, and you should have the combat tracker should be up, and it was, I'm just going to advance it down because it's showing Mary, but it was actually Whacker's.
Yeah, I'm up.
You're up, so you should be up on the thing. So yeah, Whacker, you are up and about.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use a magic missile.
You've had a whole week now to think about this. Is that are you sure you want to do?
Yeah.
Joking.
He's not going to set the whole town on fire, is
No, that's not alternate reality where a cantrip can fucking burn down the whole of Waterdeep. But anyway, we won't go on about that.
No, so is there a risk I'll step forward to the place?
No, there isn't. There is absolutely no way a cantrip or even a low-level spell is going to set fire to place. Dunica was just talking about a certain game he'd been in earlier where he managed to burn down the whole town. Yeah. So
obviously I'm pointing all three at Holy Mary.
Mother of God.
Order that.
it?
Sorry.
Did that come up on anything?
I didn't see it on the game log. If you just what?
No, I clicked past and I saw the button, the press, but I didn't see anything.
Did it come up on your phone?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I don't see it. No.
Yeah. Okay. Go on. Try it again. So.
No, and my spell slots have all filled in. So it's definitely casted, but I'm not seeing where it's casted, Bill, or where.
Okay. Let me just. I'm seeing Adam did a custom roll. Was the last thing that's shown here. I'll just make sure I don't have your character sheet open by accident in the background window there, in case that's messing it up. I'm just going to go into yours there if you don't mind, and I'm just going to try it. So you did a magic missile. Okay, let me see. Does it roll from me? Okay.
I just got a 5.
Yeah, that was me. Do you want it? And you're okay. Do you want to try it again, Ray? So we'll take that 5 as one of them. Why not?
There it is, done it again. Still.
Nothing came up now.
There. Should I just roll a d20 for it? Or
It's a D4.
So
If you want to roll real dice, that's no problem.
I'll roll 3d4, yeah, 'cause it's 3 of them.
Oh, yeah,
correct?
3 D4s, yeah.
Alright, I'm rolling it there. And I got a 1, 2, and a 1.
Oh, mother of God. Okay, now it's a D4 plus 1, so that turns into a 2, 3, and a 2. Sorry, who were you rolling that at, Ray?
Holy Mary.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you did say that. So that's 2, 3, and a 2. So that's 7 damage you do to her. So 7 damage.
Right,
Holy God, she says. Holy God. If you want to roll your real dice, that's not a problem. Sometimes if you close that little phone app down and come back into it, it solves out the problem. Okay. Right, sorry. So that was Whacker. Are you doing anything else? Are you moving or anything? Where are you? Oh yeah, you're in the corner. Are you moving or anything, Ray? Hello? Oh, for fuck's sake. Hello, hello.
Oh.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm not in yet.
Oh.
I can't wait till we have a talk.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. This is all over the place. I don't know what's happening with tonight. Yeah. So obviously, my feed crashed there, and I just have to set this up now in OBS again. So.
Finish your 5G injection you got.
I tell you, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's fucking something's going on here.
Internet.
I
Yeah,
thought it was compatible with Microsoft.
yeah. Well, it was meant. Well, you know, Microsoft they brought out an update then, and that was the end of that. That was the end of the COVID update. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That was completely my fault there. I must have closed down Discord. Okay, so what were we doing? I'll put you over here. Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you shot Mary. So Mary took 7 damage. So did you want to move, Ray?
No, can I reload me musket now as a bonus action?
You certainly can.
Right, reload.
My map. Would you believe this now? My map's gone all over the place now. Right, this is very unprofessional. Okay, so Whacker has moved, and next up is Tig, who is... You're unconscious, aren't you, Tig? Or are you stunned? Oh no, you were stunned on the last one. You're unstunned now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get 3 health, so I'm just going to use my action to disengage and probably move back.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, Walker, he's mine.
So what's my movement against that?
Your movement is 30.
Yeah, so what's that? That's 5, 10...
Each square is 5, yeah. So 6 squares.
25. Yeah.
They're all leaving you, Torvi. So that was you, and you've no range attacks you can do, have you?
No, I don't.
Okay, so next up then is... Sorry, I just have to do him. Okay, him, you don't see him. And Chewy is next up. So Chewy is... Where the hell is Chewy? Chewy's in the corner with Mary. So Chewy is going to... Chewy is going to attempt to do a new spell that it learned, and it is called Catapult. So, I just read it away. So choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't been worn or carried. The object flies a straight line. Okay, so Chewy causes Catapult on picks up this chair that's here, which is actually a token on it. So there's a chair on the ground here. So Chewy takes that using Catapult and flings the chair at Mary. So this chair comes up off the ground and goes flying across. And I'm going to use this token here to just signify it. So this is the chair. So the chair comes flying across and hits Mary and does... and she can't save this or anything. There is no savings. So 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Oh no, she does a save. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object... and it's 3d8. Okay, so she gets to do a saving throw. So Mary will do that there now. A dexterity saving throw. And rolled a 17. I should have done there. So she actually saves. So she dodges out of the way, and the chair goes flying past and smashes into the wall. And should we waste a spell slot? Okay. And Chewy stays where Chewy is. Torvi, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to move away over here, pick up my spear, and stand in front of Ty.
Okay, so you're doing a disengage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to try and charge your spear?
Yeah, I will actually. What's that? 1d6, isn't it?
It's 1d6, yeah. And I think it's a 6 you charge it, and a 1 you can't recharge it until
Get in there.
Yeah, yours aren't coming up either. What did you get?
6.
You got 6. Okay, so
I saw it there.
did you see it? It must be mine. So okay, so get in. So okay, your charge is your I believe you. Your spear is wow wow, and you're ready to go. Okay, so that was you go. Okay, so there's a critter, as Jack O'Shea was calling them, in behind Mary. So it runs. It runs into the room, and let me just check its movement. Speed is, I think it's 30. Yeah, okay, so 30 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, gets past me and gets to just enough distance and is going to attack Chewie with a bite. So it's +4. So I'll roll that in Owlbear. So it is. Sorry, I rolled 2 of them. I'll clear that. I'll do it again. So 5/9. So that isn't good enough for Chewie. Isn't good enough for Chewie's armor class. So that's the Maw, and this guy goes next, and we're back around to Mary. So Mary's standing beside Chewie, and Mary is going to first of all she's going to try and recharge. So she's doing she's clutching her sacred heart, and she's giving a holly, and she needs a 5 or a 6 to recharge. So again she fails to recharge it. So she does she decides to do a slam attack on. So she's multi-attack. She'll make 2 slam attacks, and she is going to do one on Chewie. And the slam attack is +4. So +4. So the first slam attack, critical. So she's going to be doing double damage to Chewie on this one, and her slam attack does 2d6 +4. So that's 4d6 +8. 2, 3, 4. So 4d6 is 16 +8 is 24. So she does 24 to Chewie, and then she does it again. So yeah. And that is Chewie is taking 24 points of damage. So 24 damage. So Chewie's fairly fucked. So roll d20 4, but this one and her frenzied attack misses. So Chewie's not too bad, and she is going to actually move away to follow you. So she will. That gives Chewie an attack of opportunity. So Chewie is going to try and bite her. Actions. Okay, that came up on yours, did it? 18 plus 2, 4. It's 22. So Chewie connects, and Chewie is going to do. It doesn't do a huge amount of damage. 2. Right. Okay, it's better than nothing, I suppose. So Chewie gets a splinter full of mouth, and sorry. Okay, splinter full of mouth, and Mary finishes her go beside Torvi. Okay, Adam, you just wake up. You're very groggy. You're just woken up, and you're back in play.
I've got one out.
Yeah.
I'd better cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level now.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the Force to try and heal me.
Yeah.
Sword to my chest, my lightsaber, my sword, whatever it is. And I'm going to do, at 3rd level, that's 3d8 plus 8. That's a big load, and I'm going to try this. That happened. Dice roll 20. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just mine. Yep, 20. So
21.
Excellent. So 20. So stick that back onto yourself there, yeah. And if you're moving, move yourself away. Now there is a little maw demon in beside you, so just be careful that you get an attack.
Yeah, no. If I move now, I'll just give him an attack.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just be careful of him. Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay where.
You stay where you are. Okay. So next up we have Jim. And you've to do with Jim's classic line of, I think I have a brain tumor. Well, he says it every other week, so he needs to say it this week.
I think I have a brain tumor. Right, I'm just trying to figure this out now.
I could probably go on to Spider Wizard's website there and check that out.
Yeah. I tell you, it was a draft. I didn't mean to press send. I was waiting for the
That's
money.
scorching. That's scorching ray. Can I hit Mary from here with that? Do you reckon?
Where are you?
Right.
Yeah, but I think she will get a cover of +2 because Adam is standing back up again. So
Oh yeah, I'll leave it for now. I will.
it's only +2 to her armor class. Is all that she gets from it.
I will. 1 second now. I need to throw the dead on the little fella in front of me.
The little critter.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is. I just want to see which one he is because I want to get their names right because there's a few of them. He was. There's only one of them showing up. There's actually 2 of them. Oh yeah, that's my fault. Okay. Yeah, go on. Yeah, try that. So.
Yeah. So he has to succeed a wisdom saving throw of 15.
15. Okay, I'll try that there now and see what his modifier is. That wisdom. I'm -1 on this. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm going to do it in Owlbear. So -1 on this. So he does not save.
Okay. Has he taken damage already?
He has.
Many of his cool. So he gets his 1d12 of necrotic damage.
Okay.
So 1d12. Oh, nice. So you can see that, yeah?
Just call it out because I'm not going to
Sorry, is that 11? Yeah, it's an owlbear.
It's 11. Okay, which
Yeah.
is enough to. So with that, he just explodes.
Nice.
So he's splash gone everywhere. So I'll just take him off that there. And I actually never revealed the other one that's in the room there. So he's gone and... sorry, let me just delete this off the tracker. I don't accidentally activate it again. And that's the one that you can see on the map, but you couldn't see him in it. So he's... I'm just going to change his name. I can't really... so he's more on great on that. So I'm just going to change the name of this token here so that I don't get them confused. Because they all get starting to look the same. Because there's another one is just about to come in the door as well. Okay, so are you moving?
I'm going to move to here. It's alright.
Yeah, move away. Move away.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is Jim's move. Jacko's dead. Whacker, you're up again.
Right. Holy Mary's at that's more than 5 feet away from me, yeah?
Yeah, you're in range, so you can use your ranged weapon.
Okay. I'm gonna blow the bitch's head off.
Yeah, remember now as well, because it's a ranged weapon, it has the bless or whatever it was that +1 to hit from Ben, and also Torvi's beside her, so you get 3d6 if you hit.
Okay, so... And I got a +1 as well, so it's 10.
10 from your regular hit. Yeah, actually that came up this time. So Mary takes 10 from that, plus... Okay, now roll your 3d6.
Oh. 9.
9. Okay, so Mary, there's bits of timber flying everywhere. So she's splintering all around the place. Now, obviously, you can't reload now because you use your bonus action as your. Oh no, you can because you're not moving. You're not dodging.
Oh, I'm reloading.
So you're getting out there with it. In it goes.
Oh.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Whacker's our Tiger's looking at Whacker going, I have to get me one of them fucking. So yeah, you're up. Tig, you're up.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't think there's a terrible lot I can do. I've only got 3 health.
Can you cure yourself? You got potions, Tig.
I don't think so. I don't have any potion as far as I'm aware. 2 seconds. No, I'm not like heal myself with. I'm just gonna move back against the wall here. That's all I can really do.
Okay, that's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ma on Great, which is the one I put on this label here, is gonna run in and tear over jump up on the bench here, past that child, and lock onto Torvi, and is going to try and bite you. So I'll roll a bite now, is +4. So these are quite straightforward. So I'm going to roll this in old bar. So 20 up there. So 19 +4. I would say that gets through your armor class, all right. 23.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it's in there.
Yeah, that beats your class, I presume, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 15, yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2d8 +2 damage you're going to take. So there's the first one, there's the second one, and 2. So that is 9. So that's 11 damage, Becky. Torvi. Yeah, just type it in, and then there's a red button underneath it to apply damage. I think you've only taken 1 apart from that. Because because you got a heal back. I think Jim healed people. Okay, so that was the Maw. He ran at you, Maw and Paw. This one here called Jack's Pet, which is gonna, you can't see it, but I'm just putting it on the tracker. So he is outside, and he's tearing off towards the fight. It's about there. Next up is Chewy. So Chewy is going to spend Chewy's spell on in a cat-like fashion, on licking herself with dog slobber. So I'll give her some healing.
Can't beat it. Dog slobber.
There you go. So I think that's a cantrip. Action spells. So Chewy is going to do. Where the hell is it? Yeah, there it is. 1d4. Oh, nice one. So it gets 4. Chewy gets back 4. Okay, I'll just apply that there. So, sorry, that was Chewy. And Torvi, you're up.
Okay. Well, Mary's getting it, I suppose.
Has to be.
Holy man.
Holy Mary, mother of bitch.
Biatch. Now remember, you don't get as much if you can pokey poke with your spear, but you can't do the magic kick with it.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
But you can do the pokey poke.
You have the spear now, just a
Yeah. So that's 16.
16 is enough to get through her armor class.
Okay, so I'm going to the 1d8.
Yeah.
1d8? Or
No, I think it's 2d8, isn't it?
4.
No.
7.
Well, that's only a d6 year old.
What do I get? Yeah, 1d6 3.
No, I think you're wrong. I think it's more than that. Hang on, let me just call up your stat sheet there. I think it does more damage than that.
Just as a spear.
Just as a spear.
No, you can still use that as a magic one.
Well, I get 2 attacks in anyway.
Yeah, but you can use one of those attacks as a magic attack on the spear, because you recharged it.
Yeah, well, I use this one as a magic attack.
Well, you mightn't hit on this one, but okay, yeah, grand. So, sorry, how much damage did you do? You did 7.
7 damage.
7, okay. So, if you want to attack again...
14 for the attack.
That's enough to do the damage, yeah. That beats her armor class.
And the next one.
6.
No, you must do the first one as well and then add the both up. That's the extra damage.
So we did the first one as well.
Yeah.
2, 5 and 6, 11.
Okay, 11. So with that, as you shouted your magic word at Cuchulainn, spear, Mary just exploded in a load of splinters, and there's splinters flying everywhere, and she's going, oh, you take someone's eye out for that. So, yeah, Mary is now back to being just bits of driftwood. And Mary is no more. And Mary is two picks. So, we have now, what have we got? Who's who? So this guy comes running in, which you can now see. So it's 5, so 10, 15, 20. So it's just at the door. He can't get anywhere. That's this guy. So he's moved. Okay, Adam, you're up.
Julio. What am I going to do?
Run away.
No, I neither can't be running off.
That's Whacker's job.
I can heal people, or I can run in with my longsword. That's kind of it.
It's up to you.
Anyone particularly need healing?
Ty does. Ty.
Yeah, Ty's at 3 HP.
Yeah, going over and do that.
Fairly conscious.
So I'm going to run over and I'm going to use my last third level spell to cast Cure Wounds. That's again 3d8 plus 8. Try rolling that. Put a load of dice there after rolling across. Not great rolls. 15.
Good enough.
That's lovely.
Yeah, I go dash. And
15.
yeah, I've actually quite a few hit points, so I'm not going to run away. I'm just going to stay where I am.
Okay, so you've done that, and Tig is getting stronger and stronger as he goes along. Okay, Jim, with your brain tumor. I'm sorry to anyone watching that has a brain tumor. We know it's quite a serious ailment. And this week's episode is sponsored by Jameson's Stout
Lovely.
Barrel.
Very good.
I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same as last time because I feel like.
Well, hide. Hide in the corner.
Yeah. I'm going to do Tour of the Dead there again on the Maw on Great.
Maw on Great. Yeah, I'll just get rid of Mary there. Actually, she's gone.
Yeah.
Maw on Great. Okay, so.
So that's 15 save throw.
15, is it? Oh, sorry, he has to do a 15 saving throw. So he's minus 1 on this. So let me just call that up there. Minus 1 on this roll. 13 does not make the save.
Lovely.
So-
Has he taken damage already?
No, he has not.
No, that's 1. Sorry, that is 1d8. So.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, agree that one. 2. You can probably damage.
Okay, I didn't. It's not come up. Will you just call it out, if you don't mind?
2 necrotic damage.
Oh, sorry, you did it on that. 2 necrotic. Sorry, I was looking on the game log. So 2 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
That's. And are you moving or doing anything?
Yeah, I might move forward a small bit. So I can
Shit.
move forward to like to here.
I sorry, I just accidentally cut him out of it. Let me just add. I have to add him back in there now. I was trying to delete. Jacko was still on it, so let me just put another one of them on. Where's the library?
That must be just your view. Our view has been right.
Yeah, I just accidentally deleted him. So just I have to put him up here. He was there, and he was on great. And you did me 2 damage.
Yep.
2 damage. Okay, he's just called Maw Demon 5 now. Okay, and I'm not going to try and delete Jacko off this one. Okay, Whacker, you're up.
Okay, well, the Maw Demon at Hobby.
Yeah.
This is hit with magic. Oh, for fuck's sake. So it's 6, so I assume that's a miss, is it?
That's not going to be his class, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I'm putting away the musket.
Yeah. Okay, and you're not moving, no?
No.
Are you going to reload it?
No, I'm putting it away.
Oh, yeah. You had enough of that.
Had enough of that nonsense.
Yeah. Tig?
Right, so I'm going to move forward up to this Van de Great again. So I stand top of the table, I suppose. And I am going to. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to attack him. So I have 2 attacks. So I'm just going to go. Should I come up there? 23.
23 is 23 is enough to be his armor class, indeed.
Lovely, and that should be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 8 damage.
And then I'll hit him again.
Yeah. So he took a fair old whack there from you. Oh, 20. Yeah, it's good enough again.
And another 8 there for 10.
10 damage. So you're bumper bum flaking into him. He's really taking it.
Yeah, good
Okay.
for that.
You're done. Okay, next. Okay, so this critter outside 5, 10, 15, 25, 20, 25, 30. If it gets as far as there, I should have put him closer. Okay, that's him move. Actually, no, he's going to use his other action to dash. What am I saying? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Or 35, 30. Okay, that's him. Chewy's up, and Chewy is going to. There's a critter in the door here. Sorry, he's actually going. The one that's on the grate. He's going to run over and attack that. So Chewy's going to just go for bite because not having much success with anything else. It's 10. That's enough to get through, and does. Oh, really? Again? 2 damage. To Poor old Chewy's not. So another 2 damage to the one on Great anyway. So 2 damage. Okay, so that was Chewy's go, and Torvi, you're up.
Okay, I am going to attack the same creature that Chewy was attacking
Yep.
with my spear. I'll see can I charge it, but I doubt if I'm going to get another 6. No, I got over 1.
Oh, okay. You cannot. Oh no, that's not yours. That's just the gun, isn't it? What do we put a note in that? Isn't it? Based on 1d6. Oh, actually 2d6. You can. I know you. The one breaks it. If you hurl it, okay. When charged. Oh yeah, 1d8 plus 4 damage. Okay, you can actually at level 5 you can roll another d6. You can actually roll 2 d6s to see do you charge it.
Alright. Okay.
Based on a 1d6, level 5 this increases to 2 d6s. Yeah? Good enough?
So I'm going to attack that creature with it.
Yeah. Okay, so roll your d20.
At 5.
And you got what? You got, sorry?
19 plus 6.
Oh, that's well enough. Yeah, that's well enough. So, yeah.
So it's the 1d8 that I hit, is it?
I think because it was magic, you do both of them.
You can choose. Okay, so you're doing it as a magic one, yeah. So it is. I have it actually here. I could have made this a bit more sensible. 1d8 plus 3. Okay, it does 2d8 plus 1.
2d8.
Okay.
Wait, it's the bone. It's the kick is the other 1d8. So 2d8 plus 1.
Jesus.
6 and 1 is 7.
11.
7. You only got 7 from 2d8s.
Okay.
Fucking hell. I thought he was going to be brown red. Okay, 7. And you have another attack, don't you?
Yeah.
A regular attack. Okay, so roll your d20.
That's 14.
14 is enough, yep. And now it's just a normal, it's just a normal one this time. 5. So with that, the magic one did some damage, but with that, when you came back and hit it again as just a normal one, it was enough to it just exploded in gore and juice and Tiger's rubbing it out of it, so he's going, ugh! Yeah. So he's dead. So we're now down to Church Maw. So this other one runs in here, and seeing his friend is being killed by it, just runs this way instead and jumps at Jim's throat and is going to attack Jim, and is a bite attack. So he just jumps at Jim's throat and it's +4 on this.
Okay.
+4. Oh, crit. So yeah, so he's going to be doing double damage to Jim. Poor old Jim is going to get his throat ripped out. So he does 2d8 plus 2 per hit. So it's going to be 4d8 plus 4. So 4d8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 21. 25 damage he takes. So,
Oh yeah, he's down.
he's so you killed Jim.
No.
You killed Jim. So, okay, so Jim's unconscious, is he?
He is.
So we'll have to remember to make saving throws when it comes around to him. Okay, so poor Jim is down and out. And the Maw has enough... he'll stay where he is. He's delighted with himself. He's saying, you killed my brother. Adam, you've just seen all this carnage unfold in front of you. You're saying, I should have stayed in the pub.
Definitely should have stayed in the pub. Sorry, just trying to check what I have. I just run in an attack, that's all.
Jesus.
Can I get around him?
Yes, you can, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no problem with that.
get around to him there,
Yeah.
and I'll take a swing at him with my longsword. So again, longsword, holding it two-handed,
Yeah.
and rolling the hit with +3. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
What did you get?
10.
No, surprising. I would have on Mary. Mary had only an armor class of 9. Okay, so unfortunately that doesn't do anything for you. And okay, Jim is down. So will you roll a d20 there, please, Ben?
Yeah.
Or not Ben. Ben is not here. Ben's crying.
That's 7.
7. So it's a fail. So he's failed his first saving throw. Now remember, as an action, someone can stabilize him if they want. They can do a medicine check on him.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that was Jim. And the guy on Great is dead. So he's gone off the thing. Get rid of him. He's dead. Jacko's dead. Whacker, you're up.
Okay. So, I assume I can run in here to reach...
Yeah, you can.
Do that. I'm going to attack him with my rapier.
Yeah.
15.
Good enough.
Okay, and then I take the rapier damage, which is 9. And then I get me extra 3d6, is it?
It is indeed.
3d.
His church.
That's another 11.
Another 11. Okay, so yeah, that's you're fairly knocking chunks off him there, and you can see he's definitely weakening. Okay, Tig.
Yeah, I'm gonna rob him as well. Am I still frenzied? Just realised there.
Yeah, you probably are actually.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't think about that last time.
No, it's because of the break of the week. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I'm going to go throw belts at him. Action. Sorry. Yeah. So that is 19. Assume it's a hit.
That's a hit, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 5 points of damage.
Okay, 5.
We'll hit him again. Oh, we'll go 1.
1, okay. So it's just 2 attacks, is it?
We'll go 1. So.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. So yeah, you did damage on your first one anyway. So, right. This, as you're doing this, into the room runs. Gets as far as there beside Adam and takes a whack off you. So he is. That's +4. So no, I presume your armor class is higher than 8. So he tries to bite at Adam, and his big mouth. He's just all mouth and no fucking trousers, literally. Okay, so that's him. Chewie's up. Chewie, who's actually been paws stood on by Adam, beside him, turns around at this critter and has a look at spells and goes, I'm sick of this, fuck this shit, and decides to fire off 3 magic missiles at it. First one is 3 + 1 is 4. Second one, 4 again, it's 8. Oh, 12 damage. So Chewie goes, I had enough of this, bit of a bark, and Chewie does 12 damage at, which one was that one? Pet. It's called Jack's Pet, the new one that's in the room. So that's a big chunk of its arse is taken out of it. So well done, Chewie. As always, Chewie is coming to the fore at the end. Torvi.
Okay, I am going to step over here beside. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am going to. I'll try and charge my spear again.
And we can roll 2d6.
Yeah, I got a 6 and a 2.
Brilliant. The 6 is all you need.
Yeah, so I am going to now attack.
Yeah.
+6.
Yeah, that's enough to get through, yeah. So yeah, it gets through, you skewer it. And are you doing your magical one first?
No, I just put the 15 on. Saving magic one.
Yeah, okay, so do your regular, was it 1d8 or something, wasn't it? Plus something.
5 + 3 is 8.
8. And with that is enough to just blast. So as it goes through, it kills it, it ruptures, and your sword kills it even more and goes through and comes out its other side of its head. So it ran in and didn't last very long and died because it took a hocking. So that's at 4. So it's dead now. So that's poor old Jack's Pet is gone to meet its maker just like Jack. Right. You still have another attack.
Oh, I do actually, don't I?
Yeah.
So can I move over to the other one?
You can, yeah, because that pet is gone there, so you can complete your move, and then you can attack it, yeah.
And then I'll attack that other one.
Okay, so roll a d20, or roll your thing to see if you've hit.
I got 9.
9 plus, is there, that's it, it's 9 plus, or is
6.
Oh, 6, okay, yeah, so unfortunately, as you ran over, you stumbled over the gore and entrails of the one you killed, and you weren't able to get through. But your sword is still there. It's still, what you call it? Still charged. Right, so, sorry, where is the one, what's it called? Church, oh yeah. So.
It's surrounded completely by all of us now.
Yeah. So, and it's up next. So it's up and it's already attacked Jim. It's got Tig and it just saw you kill its buddy Torvi. So it's going to attempt to bite you. So it's this plus, what's the bite? 4, I think. Yeah, 4. So, yeah. Always the hero. So this plus 4. 14 plus 4. I think that's enough to get through your armor class, isn't it? Yeah, so you're going to take 2d8 plus 2 damage. So you are taking 11, 13 damage.
Okay.
So 13 damage, and it can't go anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, next up is Adam.
Coolio.
And remember, someone needs to stabilize Jim. Well, they don't. He has one more. He's 2 more death saves. If he gets critical, one of them is fucked.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got another one to go.
Unless he gets unless he gets a natural one.
Yeah.
It's not my character, it's grand.
Yeah.
I've got to say that's going to be fine. So I'm going to go again with my 2-handed sword.
Yeah.
And this time I'm going to invoke the lightsaber.
Wow. So that will extra.
And 17.
17 is enough.
It's good. And for damage, 5.
And even though it was wow, as you sort of fell and hit it with the black of your sword, the flat part, it was enough to knock it off the table, and it fell on the ground and landed on a pint glass that someone broke earlier and skewered itself. And with that, it died. It only had 4 hit points left, so it's dead. So. Right, so I presume we'd have to do a stat save for Jim.
Well, he's dead, so we could burn him in a pyre.
He's burning him on a pyre. So give us a d20 there, Mikey.
Yeah. Where are we gone to? Here we are. Yeah, d20. 13.
Okay, that's enough to pass the death save. So he passes. So I presume you're going to spend some actions now. Someone's going to stabilize him and do all that malarkey. Okay, so we'll say, and Chewie will come over. Chewie has heal wounds, so Chewie can do a 1d4. So I roll a 1d4. So this is hit points. So Chewie is licking, using a spell slot up to lick, and gets 1. So gets 1 hit point back. I'll just mark that off Chewie's list. So that one is done. And actually also Chewie through the chair as well. Okay, so Chewie has 3 with spell stats gone. So yeah, Jim has 1, and he comes out of so he's conscious now, and Jim can spend. Does Jim have any healing spells that he can do on himself?
No, I'm not sure. I don't think he does he?
Oh, okay. So well, you can decide what you want to do breast-wise in a second there. So sort of calm with that. Some of the kids, the children of the corn kids, have just been sitting there oblivious to all this. Some of the other kids, the sort of ones that seemed normal, have sort of run away or are hiding under the beds and screaming and shouting, and there's a bit of commotion, and they've run out the door now, so you don't know where they're gone, so they've just started running away.
Was that they'd walk with us now?
Sorry?
Remember the 2 kids we were saying we saved them?
Yeah, they're hiding in the corner of the dormitory. They're that's them down here. So they're hiding down the dormitory.
Okay.
So yeah, so up to you guys. What you just want to do. Now remember last week, sorry, just to, if you remember the chalkboard, the kids were learning how to find the centre of a circle. Jacko was teaching them some nautical relative bearings and true bearings, and how to find the centre of a circle from 3 points, which was when it all kicked off, when you were taking the kids away. So, and then we got into a fight.
Well, we should take the kids back to Adam's coffee shop.
Okay.
Can we ask the kids, the 2 not children of the common kids that we were chatting with,
Yeah.
what projects anyone's working on where they're using the finding the centre of a circle?
They're just a blabbering mess. They've never seen like this. Remember now, okay, it might be the 14th century, but they saw their school teacher change into this creature from the sea, attack us all. Then all these other little monsters came in. The statue from the garden grotto walked in, started firing laser beams from its heart at you, from its sacred heart. So they're probably not.
Come to my coffee shop, try a few things there, you'll be seeing that all night.
So they're just hysterical. They're just hysterical at the moment. It's going to take them a bit of time to calm down, I'd say. And they just see you caused all this as well. And you were firing spells and doing all sorts of mad shit and firing Cuchullin's bones across the room. So they're not really coherent at the moment. They're terrified. They're hiding under the beds. Your man is still sitting there. This guy.
Yeah, but we were trying to save them, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, you might know that, but they don't really know that. Like, they've just seen you massacre their school teacher and a couple of other demonic creatures. So, I know later in the years it becomes your normal Saturday night in Dublin, but the 1300s it was.
How many are there actually? There's
Kids?
Yeah.
Well, at the moment in the place there is of the comatose type of children of the corn ones, the robotic ones, there's one of them, he's sitting there. There's the two kids in the dormitory down the corner of the dormitory that were there, and then the other ones sort of ran out the door that were in the kitchen area, so they're sort of down the street. So about 4 or 5. There is beds for about, you reckon there's about 20 beds, and the impression you got last week is they were sleeping maybe 4 or 5 to a bed. So there's a good, you would imagine there's probably about 100 kids living there. So there's 5 or 6 kids probably in the vicinity, but you don't know where they are. You mean you can drag the kids with you, and later on you can ask them when you've calmed them down in the pub or whatever, so we can sort of do that. But for the moment now, they're not going to be anyway coherent.
Okay. Well, we all need to go and have a rest, and anyway, so we're all in a bit of a jock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon we go back to the pub and have a rest.
Why exactly did we come to this fucking place? No, we were kind of pretending that we were going to support the charity and get a tour around.
See, Adam's in a big daze because after he banged his head when he was knocked unconscious, it's like he can't remember the last 5 weeks.
Okay, as a
notion what's going on.
do you want to move on and now do a recap in the pub? Do you want to do that? Do you just want to move back to the pub now, or do you just want to stay around here?
Because he's a small bit out of it. He doesn't really remember. He seems to have a bit of a medium-term memory loss.
Tatooine, and you know what I mean. Tig is in a jock. I'm in a jock, so we all need to go and sit and rest.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Well, what we'll do is I'll load up the map there for the pub, and your manager is probably there. You hope he hasn't robbed the place blind. So yeah, the Raven's Perch was the name of it.
Nice blind. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry there. I just didn't see what I told you last week. Probably I'll tell you anything completely different this week. Right, okay, so I'll load up that map. So we're going back to the pub. All back to Donnacha's. Raven's Perch. So there you go. Instantaneously just appeared back there. I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, Chewie. Yeah, Chewie's outside the door. So you get back to the pub, and Moss Isley, who is your bar manager. I don't know if Adam wouldn't have known that name, but so you're back in the pub and you're sitting around there, and I don't know. You probably let Chewie in this time, I suppose, would you?
Adam is the owner.
Yeah. So, and you probably clear the pub of other people. So that you can have an old chat, and we assume the 2 kids are with you as well. So that's just the background. So you're in the pub. So Adam recaps that when he got trapped in time and set up this coffee house, he.
When did I get trapped in time?
Yeah. Sorry.
Further back.
So when you so you were in the fight in the 18th century, and you were getting the shit kicked out of you, and you wrote down in the diary outside 1330, meaning 1:30, and the book transported you back to 1330, a year before these arrived. So you were stuck in Dublin for a year, and they eventually showed up. You hung up around this area because you said this seems to be one of the focal points, So you hung around the 40 steps and you set up this coffee house. And you made quite a good trade. It's quite a popular area around there. When you were there in the 19th century, it was fairly run down, but it's much, much better. So it's a very lively area now. So you had started, when you were going around Dublin, you spotted your one Carrie from the cultist. She didn't recognise you. She's the one that had the pocket watch that you saw first in 1891. She said she was looking for her husband. You then saw... Sorry?
You pulled out a pocket watch, we just attacked her.
Yeah, and then you killed her. Yeah, she tried to use the vice on you. You then, when you went through,
we weren't so weak-minded fools.
yes, yeah, was that week. So when you went 30 years before that, into 1860, and you went down to Simon Luttrell's house, the Lord Sheriff of Dublin, who burnt Darky Kelly at the stake, who turned out to be a vampire. Who you walked down into the basement, and just around the corner was his coffin that you never spotted. So you killed him, he vanished, and nobody thought of going looking for him. So, but he had been talking to Carrie, and they were in a pact doing something. So you saw her again, but she didn't recognise you. So whilst she's able to manipulate time, you got the impression that she couldn't go back in time, but she's able to move forward in time. So, and then Donica saw her in 1300s, and she definitely didn't recognise him. But he decided to keep an eye on her. As he was keeping an eye on her, the priest, Father Talbot from Christchurch Cathedral, the guy who got hung on his own entrails, was keeping an eye on the priest that was working with her, the Reverend Robin Artisan. He had his suspicions about him because he turned up in Dublin, had a load of cash, and set up this orphanage, which was putting the workers of Dublin out of business because they were undercutting all the labourers. So he was keeping his eye on them. He contacted Rome, found out that he'd never been ordained. There was no such priest. He seemed to be working for Carrie, which was very, very strange in those times that there was a woman sort of running the operation. So he was keeping an eye on them. Donica was keeping an eye on them. They spotted each other keeping an eye on it. From across the room, their eyes met, and they formed a working relationship, and they pooled resources. Although Donica didn't tell him about the whole Jormungandr cults or any of that. So they were keeping tabs on Carrie. Donica also, or Adam also discovered that in Kilkenny, this Dame Keitler one had been sentenced to be burnt at the stake but escaped. She had been allegedly, by Petronella de Mille, her maidservant, had been conjuring demons at a crossroad and sleeping with them. And she conjured a familiar. A demon came out of hell and became her familiar. And the bishop in Kilkenny said she was definitely a witch because her 4 husbands all died, leaving her loads of money. So he sentenced her to death, and she vanished. But Petronella was captured and confessed all this and was then burnt at the stake in Kilkenny. So, and it turns out that the painting you saw in the underground temple was of Carrie, the cultist one, with the watch, but her name under the painting was Dame Keitler. So you put 2 and 2 together and recognise that these were the same people, these cultists. So the orphanage seemed to be the place. A lot of the clues were all saying you have to find the centre of the circle. That's where evil was. So you went to the orphanage. You had 3 points of reference. You had St. Auden's Gate, you had the orphanage, and you had Dublin Castle, or Dublin, the pool. And you had those 3 points. When you got to the orphanage, because you were going to suss it out, you got into a fight, but you did see on the wall was how to find the centre of a circle from 3 points. So what Ben had suggested last week, or Jim had suggested, was after the fight that you would use the 3 points and find the centre of the circle.
Yeah.
And I can actually throw the map up if you want that has the 3 points. So there's the technique for, you'll all remember this from your school days. If you have 3 points, you join any 2 points by a straight line. You perpendicular bisector. You do that with the other 2 points. You join them by the line. Perpendicular bisector gives you the center of the circle. So that's the old method. So you have your 3 points now, and you know how to get the circle, and you know you have to find the center of the circle. So I'm just going to pull up the map of Dublin that we've been using. Where is it gone? There it is. Medieval Dublin. So, and your 3 points that you have are here, this church here, F2 or whatever that says. This church here, St. Nicholas, where you've just been, where the orphanage was. And this area here.
Where's the last area?
So this one there, 2,
Yeah, got that.
this one, and around the pool, where it says Castle Gardens, the pool. Because it was where the temple, the underground temple was, but you don't know exactly where it is. Now, if you want to draw your lines and your circles, you can actually, there is a little, on Owlbear to your right, there is a little thing for, it's a paintbrush, and you can draw like a straight line. So you can join lines like that. Yeah, you have it. Yeah, well, there's rulers or whatever, and you can also draw a circle, but you just need a centre.
Join this lad here
Yeah.
to the castle. Go here.
And then here like this,
Then we do
and like
a
that.
perpendicular bisector off the 2 of them. Only gives us a center.
Oh, these are fucking chancers.
I just it's not actually the castle. I know you've done the castle. It's actually it's more this area here.
It's the what now, you?
It's this area. The 3rd point is, you see this dot here. That's probably more where the underground temple was, the culvert.
So where Donica is putting the red shading, we're saying that's the center of the circle. That's of the 3 points anyway.
Where?
So can you throw that up again, Donica?
Yeah, it was just a bit
I'm
off.
just saying it's on that line, so the center.
It's where that big red church, is it a church symbol? I don't know.
That's Christchurch Cathedral. I know you're not familiar with the area, Ray. We also, Jonica, we discovered that this is where Ray was born, even though he doesn't know these streets. For Shambles Street.
Oh, so Phil, these 2 points are correct. Is it this point or this point?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, so then it's perpendicular to that, so it's somewhere along there, basically.
Correct. Yeah.
Monica should know it and the name.
Well, fair enough.
So now you've 2 other points. You've this line. You've this point here, and you have this point over here. So you can join those 2. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And then bring your perpendicular bisector up. So you are back at the top of Fishamble Street, Lord Edward Street is your circle. That's where, yeah. So there's your circle, which if you look at your circle, is quite interesting, because this is, your circle goes through St. Auden's Gate, and you might remember Tig said when he was trying to appear here, he couldn't. There was a disruption pattern that didn't let him beam down, and it was only when he got outside of the circle of action by about St. Auden's Gate he was able to materialize. So it seems to be this circle here, alright, seems to be your Mungander's powers, and there is that you have correctly identified the center of the circle. Or you think you have. So we can go there. So what do you want to do rest-wise?
Should you have a short or a long rest? What time is it now?
It's early in. Okay, so yeah, it's you.
It's late in the evening.
Yeah.
They were just closing up, and
The priest was killed at 7 o'clock, and then you went down to St. Auden's or to Dunica's bar. You had a bit of an owl meeting. You didn't stay the night. It was around 9 or 10 o'clock. So yeah, it's getting late. It's getting dark.
rest here in the tavern.
Okay, if you want to give yourselves a long rest, so if you've used any hit dice, you can half them back, and you can bring your hit points up and your spells and all that sort of stuff. I'll do that for you.
Don't bring shit like that.
How do you?
How do I bring Jim's hit points up now? What's his?
There is a long rest mechanism on D&D Beyond. I just can't remember where it is.
It just
I
on the top,
think I can use it.
long rest.
We're on the phone app.
Ah, yeah, correct.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah. You see on the phone app beside where it says your hit points, there's like a bonfire.
Yeah.
That's if you press that, the bonfire, it gives you the option of short or long rest. So if you just hit long rest and it says take long rest, that should bring you back. Yeah, it worked for Chili anyway. Okay, in the meantime, during the night time, the children calmed down a bit as you fed them. And they said they didn't know what was called the Great Work. You did hear Artisan and Carrie talking about the great work, and only the special children were brought on the great work. So they were the kids, the automatons. But they always went off during the night time. That's why there was so few of them there when you got there. They worked at night time. And they always went off with pickaxes and came back filthy, dirty, and just sort of slept. So they're definitely digging stuff. But you don't know where they're digging. And then every so often, some of the smarter kids, the kids that do well in maths, vanish off at night time as well and don't come back. Some of them don't come back at all. And those that do come back in the vegetative state. So it's the smart kids are being transformed somehow or other. But again, they just know this happens. A couple of times, some of the kids have tried to escape. They tell you, but they're never heard of again. But you don't get the impression that they were successful in their running away. So that's all they can really tell you, which really just confirms your what you had pieced together from the orphanage.
Okay, well, we'll have to give these kids jobs in Adam's coffee shop now. And
Yeah.
keep them safe.
I'm sure there's loads of plants that have to be kept watered.
Sure, yeah.
So.
Kids to walk in those days.
Aye, sure. They're 9 or 10 years of age. Sure, they're practically adults. Okay, so this I'm just going to take this map off again in a second because I just wanted to show you the roofs and the buildings. So this is the area that is the centre of the map. So here was the lane by Christ Church where you found the priest dead. Here is I'll get rid of this map in a second. It's Dublin Castle. There's the side gate you came out of. This is what's called Ship Street nowadays. And sort of Lord Edward Street down onto where you're going down to Dame Street. Fishamble Street would be down this way. So I'm just going to pick up a slightly different version of that map, just with the rooftops or with the roofs of the buildings fogged out. So Castle Street 1. It's just in case you want to go in or do anything. So you should have a. Let me just. Do I have the same view? Okay, so there is the same street. So it's morning, it's early morning. You had a bit of a lie-in, you decided not to get up too much, so it's probably, I don't know, at 9 o'clock, which is probably late in the day in those times. There again, and I'll just throw your markers onto the, I'll throw your, you could actually finish this timeline this evening.
If you don't fuck it, you mean.
If you don't fuck it up, yeah. So, there's Adam. Again, I'm just going to drop these all down and you can sort them out yourselves. Chewy, Whacker, Torvi, and Tig. Where are you gone to Tig? Oh, there you are. Unfortunately, there's no way of organising the tokens, I think. Okay, so you're all there. So you've just come up. Again, as I said, you're beside Dublin Castle and... it's a bit of a, these two lads here seem to be having a bit of an old fisticuffs, but there's a guard watching them, there's people watching them, so it's more like Fight Club type of thing. There's these guys here, this guy's roasting a pig on a spit, this guy's getting timber, there's sort of tents here, there's people, this woman here is selling fish, there's sort of doors open into, she's going in and out of here and getting fish out, this guy's what I'm saying is don't get too worried about necessarily finding out what the great works or the kids are. You know, follow the clues that's near beside you. Not everything will have to be discovered in this episode, and possibly some of the answers aren't even in this one. You know, sorry, just.
Well, the clue that point us towards heading up to.
Now the other thing that you were told was the kids were going off vanishing at night time. So I suppose you've got two things in this area. This is the centre of the evil. Kids are missing and Artisan's up to something. So yeah, I'd say have a nose around.
Actually, Artisan went back. We didn't meet with him, did he?
No, he never
He
did.
went back to his gap.
Yeah.
We could go and rough him up a bit.
Yeah. You could certainly go and rough him up if you could find him. He wasn't in the orphanage when you were there last night.
No, we got to go to the big house for the evening.
What big house?
Where priests live, the big house.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, the only places that you know where Artisan hangs out is the orphanage, Dublin Castle Church, and let's just say you got the impression that now you didn't search the rest of the orphanage, but maybe his rooms would have been in the orphanage, but he wasn't there, and you don't know where Carrie is. You've never been able to find out where she lives in any of your timelines.
So what we don't know for that? The state.
Well, there's people around, like where he's are. Like you've been led to here. You've been told that all the clues from the get-go were find the center of the evil. Maybe we won't be finishing this timeline so tonight.
You know, if the math issue or the math thing on the board.
Yeah, leads you to here. Left you to this area.
That's a clear one.
Yeah.
That's why that quiet area. Should we just not go to the area? Yeah. Like, what else do we have to go on here? We're looking for the great wolf. You know, we're trying to recover our parts of the heart. Every time we come across Carrie and what she's doing, that's where we find it. So surely we just head straight there. Like, I don't want to be talking to these peasants.
But when we talked to them, the Greek thing, you know. Remember when we were talking to me, I don't know.
Well, maybe you're not asking the right questions. Well, okay. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Wherever you want to go, we'll go there.
What could we be able to do? Yeah. Okay, David, we're now back in the tavern, away from we're not near.
No, we're down to the church.
Oh, you want? Okay, you walked up from the tavern the next morning after breakfast, and you walked up. You're at the corner of Christ Church there, where the centre of the service.
Dublin Castle.
Yeah, I've frozen again, have I?
Well, losing it again, Philip.
Fucking hell! I know. Yeah, there's something up. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to stop the stream. I think the stream is causing us issues. I don't know what's going on there. It could be the laptop here. I'm going to knock that off as well. Okay, so reducing the other stuff. Yeah, so what do you want to do?
We're going to ask the peasants where the children leave from walking in the morning.
Okay.
We reckon the peasants are there from daylight. They see the kids leaving.
They live there. It looks like they're living there. There's tents there, yeah.
So they know exactly where the kids go in and come out from the job.
Okay. Right, so give me, someone roll a d20, so please.
We're structural engineers.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Sorry, check it.
13.
13. Okay, so you rolled a 13. Okay, yeah. So you're talking to the people in the tents, is it? And you're asking them, what was it you were asking about the arrival of the kids, is it?
In and out, and where they enter and leave.
You say, we do see, there'd just be children coming, kids with one of the holy men, and they'd be coming in at night time.
And where they going in and out exactly, and we're waving a coin at them.
Yeah, they'd be going into now those buildings over there.
Okay.
That's usually the building on the end there, but sometimes they'd be going in and out of those buildings. They'd be taking stuff out of this building, and they'd be going into that building.
And is anybody else going in and out with them, other than the priest?
There'd just be this old woman, maybe his mother. I don't know. They wouldn't talk to you, like they wouldn't. They're not. They're meant to be doing God's work, but they're not. They wouldn't give you the time of the day. They'd never buy any food off us or anything.
And are they local?
Oh, no. Certainly the woman has a funny accent, and he's just odd altogether. He just follows her around, like he's her lapdog. And
does the woman and her lapdog, do they come every day or only?
Oh, never during the daytime. Never during the daytime. It's usually nighttime, and he shouts over at the red-haired guy that's turned to me. You know that pair? How often do they? So they sort of have a bit of an argument, and it's probably every second or third day.
And
They were here last night, so we probably won't see them for another couple of nights. But I don't know. But then the other fella goes, well, they didn't actually. I only saw one of them leave, and I don't know the kids, and so they're having a bit of a discussion, muttering out at each other.
Which one did you see leave? Was it the lapdog or the woman?
The woman. I saw the woman go this morning.
Okay, so she's gone. The lapdog may still be on site.
Okay.
She had some of the kids with her. She was leaving with some of the kids, with the children.
Did you see which direction they went?
They would have gone. They went back in just up the way that yous came there now. That sort of a direction, back towards Thomas Street. So this way.
Okay, well, if she's going back to the orphanage, she's going to see the carnage, so we need to be quick in and out of here. Because we don't want trouble coming back. Take our ass.
They were coming out of this building and into this building, is it?
Yeah, that's what they do seem to do, yeah.
And what when you say they're bringing stuff, is it furniture? Is it, building materials? What are they carrying from one bit?
It's usually bags of stuff. Bags, like sackcloth bags.
I mean, does anyone know what they're actually doing? What do you think they're doing?
I don't know. You sometimes roll me another D20 there. Will you please, someone?
Yeah. 12 there in Albert.
Oh yeah, see the 12. I'll take 12. Yeah, sometimes you hear screams coming from that building. Screams,
Which
yes.
one now? This one or?
It's hard to know. It's hard to know. That area. To be honest now, they're sort of unholy, ungodly like ones. So keep the cat down. They sound like banshees or something. I don't know what they're doing up there. So it's something I don't like to be. Now it could be. These religious people. You never know what they're up to.
And knowing that you know of your lovely neighbours here, peek in to see what's going on, even with the screams of children.
To be honest, it's not something we normally talk about. Bringing bad, that sort of thing brings bad luck on it to talk about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you might better luck talking to some of the others. A bit of coinage always goes a long way if you're buying something, but and information's no different. But yeah, I don't have much more than that.
Right, we'll give her a couple of copper
But
coins.
I will tell you something now. The building that's straight opposite us, this one here now, these ones here, I have been into them because that's just like a sort of like a tavern without the drink. It wouldn't be as good as the coffee shop down. Have you been to the coffee shop, the Raven's Perch down by St. Auden's Gate? It wouldn't be as good as that now. But you can find some victuals and stuff in there. But so I've been in there, so I don't know what the kids to be bringing in and out of there, because it's just they make pies and stuff in there normally.
Aye.
But you can go in. It's a shop, They're shops, like.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, I have to get back to me to watching this fight here. I have a couple of guineas on the fella on the left, and remember now, the first thing about it, you don't talk about the boxing.
So, which one is the door here now?
That's a door there.
Here, is it?
That's a door there, yeah. I know it's a bit hard to see with greyed out, and there's a door there, yeah. So that's the way the door swings, yeah. Just to show they're unlocked. Like.
Okay,
About like a market stall.
Yeah, she's actually, if you zoom in on it, I don't know how it comes up, she's selling fish.
selling fish, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
She's
She's right. So should we middle up and talk to the nice lady?
yeah.
Yeah, you can do, yeah. Chewy, I'll bring Chewy. Chewy will go as well, even though the fish smells fairly mank. You staying where you are, Adam. You're going to play in the tent. So, you're going to go through the same rigmarole again, so give me another dice roll.
Oh, I'm not sure.
11.
11. Okay, so she's going to tell you fairly much the same stuff. There's she doesn't stay. She says she doesn't live here at night time. She lives off down in the Tenters, and she just comes up and she gets the fish from the Ivy Market and she sells them here. And this is her fish shop here. This is her fish shop there. But she does talking to the other people who work around here. Yeah, there's a lot of bad juju from these buildings here, and some of the older people say, "Oh yeah, there's funny stuff, the odd stuff going on."
Okay. Well,
We move around maybe to the tents. There are people living there, I assume.
It's more market stalls, yeah.
Yeah.
So same rigmarole, and asking for what information, same question, what comes in and out.
Okay, we'll do one more dice roll so with this group to see do we got anything different.
I'll roll for 20 there.
yeah. Well,
11 there again.
Okay, it's going to be the exact same stuff. You're keeping rolling the same number, so you're going to get the same stuff. Again, they're going to tell you there's shops. You can go into them if you want to and have a look around.
Let's go through my head. I'm going to throw my head in here.
Into that one.
Look in.
Okay, so you're going to look. So Tyga's getting a bit curious to what's going on there. And let me just unfog that area for you. So, yeah, you can see a room. There's another room off it. It looks to be fairly empty, though, to be honest, after all that bit of excitement. You would have seen there as you walked past as well.
Okay.
So there doesn't seem to be much in there. There's a door. What you can see is when you look in, there's another door over here, but it's closed, so you can't really see what's in there.
Is something in way between the buildings, or am I?
There's a gap. Now that's a gap. You can walk between the two buildings, yeah? They're not giant.
there's not a door here where Adam is.
That is a door there. If Adam wants to look in there, is he?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick look.
So Adam sticks his head into the door there, and what he can see is the following. Dunica, will you roll me a perception check, please?
A perception check.
You'll have to tell me what it is because I have most of my stuff shut down because of the internet issue.
Yeah, no bother. And I got not good 6.
6. Okay, so yeah, you see a room, basically.
Step into this
It's a
room
room.
and see what's there.
Okay, so you step into that room, and what you see is you can see exactly the door. There is a door here. It's closed. Are you going to try and open the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so you open the door, and the door is not locked. And you see a ladder at the end, and there's a sack here. So there's a sack in the corner, and it's very short, and there's a ladder going up. Sorry, not down.
Okay, so I'm calling out to Wacker and the others that we found the ladder.
You found the ladder to the second story. It's a 2-story building, like.
It's going up, not down, is it?
Is that going up or down?
It's going up. It's going up. It's a 2-story building, like.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there's a sack there like the kids carry in and out.
There is a sack there in the corner.
What's in the sack? I'm going to look in the sack.
Okay, you look in the sack, and it's just bits of broken handles and broken tools, woodworking sort of tools and bits of things. A bit of blood on some of them, so yeah, it's a bit gack.
Okay, this is a bit ominous. We're going to have to investigate this. Adam!
Yeah.
Right, I'm going up the ladder.
You're going up the ladder. Okay, so we'll take Torvi off there for the moment. Is anybody else? Are you going up the ladder? So.
Yeah, I'll follow her up.
Yeah, I'll go up the ladder.
Bring Jim as well.
Okay, so you're all going up the ladder because it just stops me going into. So I'm just going to load up a different map. It just saves me going into a different chat room. So I have to throw all your tokens down. So just bear with me. So first of all, you're up the ladder, and I will just clear this area because this is what you can see. So you can see a room, and I will start just telling you what you see there. You have to squish in a bit. So there's door there with tigers. So there's Whacker. You're all going to have to sort of stand on each other a little bit. Who am I missing? I'm missing Adam. I'm just going to leave Jim off for the moment just because it's going to clutter it a little bit, you know.
Fine, yeah.
And the same with Chewie. We were assuming that Jim is carrying Chewie up the ladder. So what you see is your little room. Where Tig is, there is another door here. What Torvi is standing on are planks of wood. So there's a load of planks of wood on the ground here.
Okay, I'm going
And
to
they look like...
investigate.
Sorry?
Can I investigate them, see if there's nothing underneath them? Or...
You can lift them. Yeah. So give us an old... what are you specifically looking at for?
Let's see, like, can I use insight? What would that do?
Yeah, okay. Well, that will use your knowledge of what you sort of know around of stuff. Okay, and beside you, Torvi, is a door as well. Like a small half door or window. Or it's an opening. It's shuttered. It's not a window. It's not glass. It's a wooden shuttering. Okay, so give me an insight roll there. And whatever skill you're using.
For focus space.
What did you get?
Plus 4, 5, 1 plus
Okay.
4.
So it's very much like you see in the picture. There's timber about 6 foot length, and they're lashed together to form sort of planks.
Did they go across that alleyway?
Yeah, look out that half door or something. See, small.
Okay, you're opening that door, so are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you open the door. What you can see is a bit interesting. On the other side, I'll just free this up for you.
Can Ty see anything in that room that he's standing at the door?
So
Yeah.
what you see, that door is closed at the moment. If you want to try and open it. So what you...
I'll open it.
Okay, so 2 seconds. I'll just do everything that's there, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so what Tig sees in there is he can see there's sort of like a bedroll, and there's a couple of tables in there. What Adam notices looking out the door is that on the other side of the street, about 5 foot away, it isn't a straight end of the building. There is a little sort of an alcove. There's a little platform here, and there's another door on the other side. So there's a gap, there's a door, there's a platform here, and there's a door here.
So is there any kind of plank or anything kind of in the vicinity that would seem to be a bridging?
Well,
Yeah, the planks are standing.
Yeah, we just had a discussion about that, but yeah, there's some planks here that she's standing on.
Strength check and pick them up and see if you can put them across.
Yeah, exactly. Will they fit across? Like, are they going?
They look like they're long enough to fit across, yeah.
just while that's going on, Whacker is just kicking that bedroom now, just investigating.
Okay,
Just see if there's anything.
so there is a bedroll, and it looks like something or other has been sleeping in it. It's a bit manky, smells, but it's just a very crappy bedroll.
And like I linked it, there's nothing of interest. It's just a bedroom.
It's those sort of grey sort of blankets.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna look under the 2 little tables as well, just to see if there's.
Okay, roll me an investigation check, please.
I'm not particularly looking for shit. Five.
Okay, yeah. You don't really notice anything. It's a solid sort of bit of timber, there's a front on it, there's sort of square, and there's a candle on the top of it. But yeah, you don't notice anything. Back to where the guys are here, those planks, and you can even see that there's scuff marks on the other side, where that trap door is. So
Okay, well, we've got the planks across.
okay.
Yeah, I go try and lift them across.
Yeah, you don't need a strength check. They're just planks. So you manage to handle them across. So yeah, I don't have a thing for drawing that the planks are across the thing there. So we'll just assume.
Whacker leaves to follow the guys. I'm doing the same thing.
Sorry, Ray, your audio cut out there. What'd you say?
And just as Wacker's walking to join with the guys, I'm also having a look at that second table.
Okay, yeah. Do another investigation check on that one you can.
That's it.
It's fairly much the same. It's a box table, sides, ends, and there's a candle on the top.
The whacker, there's nothing going on in this real man. Heads out to follow the boys.
Yeah. So yeah, you Adam is drawn in there. Tunic is drawn in the tank. Thanks. So yeah, you can go. So there is a door on the other side.
Okay. So we're
As
going
soon as
to
we should go one at a time.
athletics check around.
No, it's just walking.
No. Well, don't be getting ahead of yourself now. You might fall off it. No, it is. It looks fairly sturdy enough. They're quite thick planks. They weren't the easiest.
Oh, these are small.
So who's going? Is someone going to go across?
Just before we walk across and go at the door, should we check for traps or something? Like if this is a very for people, there might be, a booby trap when the site is closed during the day or.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not a bad call.
Yeah.
So do you want to do an investigation check? So
Investigation.
Who's up for it? I'm not great.
I'm shit at investigation.
Might have something wrong.
Yeah, -1. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, well look, I'll do it. Whacker will do it.
okay, I'm going to reopen my sheet here and. Okay, so that's quite good. So, you cannot see anything that 6 you guys. Oh no, the last one didn't come up for some reason. Oh, it did. Sorry, I had to scroll down far enough. So yeah, you have a good look around, and you're fairly confident saying that you cannot see any sort of traps on that.
Right. Well then, if we're okay with the group, Whacker will do mage hand and try to open that door on the far side from a distance.
Okay. So you cast Mage Hand that's a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you cast Mage Hand, so the little hand comes out, and there is a handle on the door. Yeah, and you pulling.
I'm twisting the handle now of the mage hand.
Yeah,
Before I
and
open it.
yeah, it's the handle is moving. It's not very sophisticated lock. Like remember now where the times we're in. So yeah, so the door starts opening. So you've pulled it a little bit, so the door is definitely going to open, or you think the door is going to open.
Okay, so I'm using mage hand then to open the door.
Okay, so the door is open, and I'll just, from where you are and Adam's vantage point is, I'll just open up a bit of the map so that you can see it. So you can sort of see into the room. You probably can see a little bit more.
And there's nothing too scary that we can see right.
Well,
there.
you can see some tables, and there seems to be blood on them
Oh, that's good.
from where you are. So that's what you see.
Okay.
Okay. I'm thinking if I go across, I should probably go across first because I have danger sense.
Yeah. You go first,
So
yeah.
I get advantage.
Listen.
So how does danger sense work?
You have advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, off you go.
Yeah, so I go across and stop here, I suppose, in the doorway.
Yeah, how far open is the door?
I would have opened it fully, so.
Okay, so you've opened it up fully, and as you do that, sorry, you can hear something inside, and Adam or Tiger's going to have a much better view. You hear, and for the rest of you can hear a voice saying, "Well, don't be standing out there. Come on in." And so it is the voice you recognise from when you were in Dublin Castle, and it's our friend Artisan.
Yeah.
I'm going to cross.
We'll go your way.
So you're all going to bail in, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get Jim. I'll take Jim in there and Shuey, and you can move yourselves around.
I'm drawing again, sorry.
And okay, so Shuey's there. So you're all sort of piled in, and as you look around, you notice that there are several tables in there, and this one here is covered in blood, and there's knives and stuff on it. This one seems to be covered in blood and bits and pieces. There's a lot of sacks around the place. There's loads of sacks over here by Torvey. There's more of them there. And Artisan had his back to Tig when he went in first. There seems to be some sort of an alchemist table. And there also seems to be like a torture rack in the bottom corner.
Okay.
So he said, well, you found my little place.
Okay. Well, then we should just fucking attack the bastard.
Okay, we're going to go into attack. Right, let me just get up the combat tracker, so.
Yeah, I just talking to you.
I think, you know,
What do you think?
I'm going to run over and try and grab him by the scruff. You know, to shake the stuffing out sort of thing before we put through. And just, like, what are you doing here with it?
What I'm doing here, I'm about to kill you. That's what I'm doing here.
Right, go back to plan A.
Yeah. So let me just get my encounter up here in the hospital.
I didn't really just kill the bastard. I know these questions. He's been killing kids. And we know he's a bad one. So you wouldn't give him a chance to you know, get anything off. He's obviously kind of powerful, so we need to just fucking dispose of him.
Look, to be honest, this was not going to be much more chat going on here. So if you just want to give me your initiative rolls, we'll start. So call out your initiative there and I'll enter it in.
20.
Oh, Adam's on 20. Okay.
4. 14.
14 for Whacker. Becky, did you say 4 and Tig 4, yeah?
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought the 25.
Oh, you're 5. Okay.
And I roll for Jim, 1 second.
Chewie got 20.
Jim
No, 20 is fine.
Oh, no, actually didn't.
is 20 as well.
Jim is 20. Okay, so
That's wasted now.
there's a lot of good rolls there. Okay. So you should see the tracker there. You should see Robber and Artisan on it, correct? Hopefully.
Yeah, I had to refresh it as well, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you might have to refresh it after I crashed. Okay, so yeah, Adam, you are up first.
Right, I'm going to... So I have my longsword lightsaber in hand, and I'm going to reach out my hand, and I'm going to do like a force grip on him. And I'm actually casting Hold Person. So I'm going to try and hold him in place.
Yeah. Okay, let me just see how to...
That is at 2nd level, and it's... He needs to... So basically, he needs to make a wisdom saving.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Yeah. Or be paralyzed for the duration. Saves
Okay.
14. So the challenges, so the difficulty is 14.
14, and I'm +1, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Oh, fuck. 8. Right. So how long does that last?
It lasts for a minute, but at the end of each of his turns,
He can go
gets
again.
to roll.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to choke him, obviously, because I'm a Jedi, but
And I presume that's a concentration you have to take, yeah?
I am concentrating now.
Okay, so... right. So is that all you're doing?
That's all I can do.
Is that all? It's a lot. Okay, Chewie's up. So Chewie's gonna run over and try and bite him, as Chewie does. So I'll just get Chewie's sheet up. Oh, actually, I'm gonna roll it from here. Chewie. Actions. 9 plus 13. And is that at... I presume he's at disadvantage.
I don't know. It's actually paralyzed is what he's actually got. So actually, I better check what the paralyzed.
I have it here, yeah.
Paralyzed creature is incapacitated, cannot move or speak. The creature will automatically fail strength dexterity. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Yeah.
Any attacks that hit the creature is a critical hit if the attack is within 5 feet of the creature.
Okay, so the second one was an actual. It was a real crit. So he takes 2 and he takes another 2. So he takes 4 damage from Chewie. So let me just put that onto him. So yeah, so
Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
So you get So
So everything is at advantage against them. And
yeah,
everything
it is critical. Yeah. Okay, so that was Jim. You're up.
Okay. So Jim is here, so I'm going to move to here. Or was it not? If I cast Burning Hands, is Chewie going to make a saving throw as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I want to do that.
Well, you can go. I mean, Chewie's in your line of sight there. Like you could move. Was Burning Hands a cone? Is it or?
15-foot cone.
Oh yeah, Chewie's definitely going to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I'm going to use. I'm going to use second level Scorching Ray.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's D20 plus 7 to hit. I get do we get advantage?
No, you don't because it was only within 5 foot. You're not in melee.
No, that's
What Dunica said was
5 foot on any attack that hits the creature.
yeah, and you're not within 5 foot,
Oh, okay. No harm.
isn't it? Dunica, you it was advantage if you're within 5 foot of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, so basically,
Advantage not on.
it has to be a melee attack.
You melee, yeah. So yeah, you'll still
Sorry, it doesn't have to be melee, but it has to be within 5 feet.
so you'll still do the critical, but you won't do it at advantage.
No, you get the attacks at advantage. So.
Oh, it's the attacks are at advantage, but not the.
5 foot.
Oh yeah.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Okay.
Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit, i.e. you roll twice, if the attacker is within 5 feet.
Oh, so it's not advantage,
Perfect.
It is an advantage.
but the critical.
There are two separate elements to it.
I'll just get the book myself.
What
What page is that, Dunica? It's down the end, isn't it?
Extreme conditions, page 91. So, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, i.e. roll two
Yeah.
20-sided dice, pick the big one. And separately, any attack that hits the creature
Yeah.
is a critical hit, i.e. you roll 2 damage plus modifier if the attack was within 5 feet.
Yeah. So it's only the advantage he's getting.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What was the point? Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not the advantage.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So go on, roll at advantage.
So that's the first one's 11, and the second one then is
And then you take the highest.
16. So 16.
Okay, 16 is enough.
So that's 23. Yeah, perfect. Right, and then that is three rays of fire hurl them at the target. So you hurl them at 7 ranges. Yeah, so I did try and hit for each one of them. So that's the first one hit. I'll just roll again. That is 11. So that'll be 20.
Okay.
Hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's second hit.
Go once more, and then first one's a 1, and second one is 11. That is 18. That one hit as well.
Yep.
So all three of them hit.
Yep, all three
That
hits.
Is take 2d6 of fire damage. So I'll do that's 1, 2. That's 11. Then 1, 2. That's 18. 1, 2. So that's 25 points of fire damage.
Of fire damage. Okay. Sorry, how much you say?
25 points of fire damage.
25 points. So in the classic line of a lot of fire shot out, but it didn't seem to do as much damage as you would have expected.
But did it set the whole building on fire?
Surprisingly, the wooden building you're in didn't go on fire. So,
Robert. Sorry about that confusion there.
yeah. Okay. No. Sure. Like, I mean, it's hard when you're running. It's hard enough to run your own character, let alone. And you're okay. So, Whacker, you're up. Actually, sorry. No, you were actually okay.
Yeah, yeah. To run into him there.
That did do damage. Sorry, because that was magical, isn't it? Yeah, it was magical. Yeah, you're fine. That whacked the fuck out of him.
So that was the attack, yeah. So that's it. So now I do my damage.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, what did you attack him? Yeah.
I'm using the rapier.
Yeah. Okay. What was that? I missed that because I was doing modifying the damage. How much did you do?
Attack 18.
18. 18 to hit. Yeah, 18 to hit is good. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
9.
And then you did 9. Now that didn't do as much damage as you expected.
Okay, well then I'm going to disengage now and just bring the content up down.
Okay.
This side of the rail. No, right to the edge. Yeah. I don't know if I can go that far, but I definitely know if you're far as I can.
Sorry. Stupid thing.
Oh, it wasn't, but it was enough anyway on the 18.
Okay. Right, so that's you, Whacker. And right, you hear from behind you in those lockers. Maybe it must have been hiding that Ray couldn't see. There's something has appeared behind you, but it's not going to get into full range. So there's this creature is now coming across the thing towards Adam, and okay, it won't get to you. He gets to about. Let me see. I'll just check its distance. We just check because I don't want to be. So it was there. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That gets to there. Okay. So it only gets as far as. But Adam can see this awful looking creature, which is called a mean lock. It's like a giant spider. It's tearing down the road thing at him, towards him. It's actually going to use its. Sorry, it is going to use its action to get across there. So it doesn't have an attack action. So it gets as far as there, but it doesn't. It isn't able to attack. So it's used its dash. So that was it. Okay, Artisan is frozen, so Artisan is going to try his save to get out of there. There's +1 to this. Oh, it was 15. I think it was 15, Dunica, wasn't it?
Say again?
15 for the wisdom. So this is +1, so 17. Okay, so he pulled off a 17. So. Robin is no longer paralyzed, and as well as that, he has multi-attack. So that was his.
Well, no, he can only.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So that's his end of his turn, but he can move.
Why?
No, he can't. No, sorry, I was thinking of something else there. I won't give it away. Right. Okay. Okay, so Artisan is out of. He's no longer paralyzed. Torvi, you're up.
Okay, I am going to step over here, and I am going to use me lightning spear.
Okay, yeah, which is charged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good throw. Yeah, good hit. Yeah, that's in. Did you do the kick as well?
No.
Okay, so you're just doing 2d8 plus 3, isn't it, or something?
It's 1d8 plus 3.
No, you're doing the magical, aren't you?
Yeah.
So the magical is, first of all, the magical is worth more than that. Why did I make this weapon so complicated? I'll just call it up there again. The weapon is when charged, 2d8 plus 1 when charged.
2d8, okay.
Plus 1.
Oh, d8. 1, 2, well, 8 and 2 is 10. Plus 1, 11.
11, nice one. So, okay, that goes into him, and that would be magical damage. So, tears into him, and yeah, so he does. Are you moving or anything?
Oh, I have a second attack.
Oh, you do have a second attack. Your spear is stuck in him now, but anyway.
So I'm going to use me Starfall. Can I?
Well, you won't because you thrown your spear, which was your equipped weapon. So realistically, you're not going to be able to get a short bow out, get an arrow, and go with it like for a bonus. But if do you have a dagger or anything that you can fuck at him?
No, yeah.
You could run in with your rapier. You could pull that out as you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'm gonna run in and now attack with the rapier.
Okay.
Not for fuck's sake.
So an 8's not good enough now, unfortunately.
Okay, so I'm gonna move back there. I know he gets to attack at me, but he only gets the one, so I'm gonna take it.
Okay. So yeah, he's just gonna slash out with his claw and his hand. So he's +6 to this. So +6. 17 +6, 23. I presume that gets through your armor. And he does 1d8 +4. So he slashes across you and does you 12 damage as you flee across the back of your neck. So take 12 hit points there, please, Bex. Yeah. But you did do him some damage, so... So... Did you grab your spear as you were there? I'll let you do that as your bonus action. So you grabbed your spear as you were running away. Tig?
Okay. Is there any way I can get between Adam and that creature that's going?
No, you can get beside him. Like this is... Oh, no, you can't, because that's like in a porch. Adam is blocking up the door. You can attack him, but the creature will get +2 to its armor class, because Dunnock is in the way. Unless it's a melee.
Okay.
It's a melee, you'll be able to attack him.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I'm going to rage
sure.
anyway, and I'm going to go into a frenzy.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm fully raged and going into a frenzy, so I get the extra attack in my bonus.
Yeah.
Do you reckon I'd be able to grapple him?
You won't be able to grapple him because Adam's definitely in the way, I'd say. And he's in the he's the other side of the door, like.
Is he? What is it? Is it like a spider thing? Is it a humanoid or?
It's a humanoid sort of. Yeah, it's they're from Volo's book. Meanlock. Sorry, I'll get him up there if you want his lore.
But he is. They are humanoid, are they?
Not undead, like if that's what you mean.
No, but
Okay.
just for spells, they need, like, for example, a whole person needs to be humanoid.
Oh, I know what you mean. No,
Thank you.
it's a good question. Yeah, because he is a spider. He's half spider. 2 seconds there. I'll just check it up. It's called a meanlock.
A spider baby. It's got the body of a spider, but the mind of a baby.
Yeah. I mean, page 170. That's the problem with getting... Oh, look at that. Yeah, he looks humanoid enough to me. He's small, fey, naturally evil. Yeah, that's him there.
Ah, yeah, cool.
So yeah, you can grapple that if you want to. But you can't anyway at the moment because he's on the other side of the door. Like.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I'll attack him anyway. I've got 3 attacks.
Okay, yeah. So you're leaning over at
I
him.
got my yeah, no bother. So I'll do 1 to hit. That is 21.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That is 10 points of damage.
10.
Bludgeoning, is it? Yeah.
Okay.
Got hit again. That is an 11.
Okay.
Is that 11? Does that hit?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 11. No. I thought it was 11 damage.
Okay, and then no, sorry. And then I'll do another attack. Sorry. That's 11 again.
This 11 still isn't good enough. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Right. Yeah, cool. Are you moving or anything?
No, I think I'm going to stay there because I kind of don't want him to come into the room.
Okay. Right. So that's you, Tig. Okay, so from beside where Adam is, out of the bag, jumps one of these little critters again, that you remember from the last time. And, yeah, don't be dissuaded, that has the number 2 on it. So, 2 of 304. Okay, so little maw demon jumps out and there's +4 to hit. So he does +4, nothing. 1 + 4 is 5. So that was the end of that. And then over, you hear a rustling in the other side of the room. And in the other side of the room, also out of behind Jim, out of this bag here, jumps, thank you for standing for us there, Jim, another maw demon, and sees Jim and just latches onto him. So again, it's still +4 to hit.
It's 11 armor class.
Yeah, and he hits and he does bite. He does 2d8 +2. So 1d8 +2, 12 damage.
Yep.
So they're nasty little feckers, but
15 HP.
right, Adam, back to you. You've got this spider.
Right, so I'm in a spot of trouble here now. So what am I going to do? I am going to instead of pulling out my longsword, I'm pulling out my twilight saber, and as a bonus action, I am casting spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So wow, I have to add the sound effect myself. So Adam is going wow as he lights up his spiritual weapon over the blade of his lightsaber. So his lightsaber is going, and he reaches out his hand. And he's going to cast whole person at level 3.
Right. Okay.
So that means he can cast it at 2. So he's going to cast it at the spider baby and Netroman.
Okay.
So he's holding his lightsaber. And he's
yeah, wisdom saves. Who do you want me to take wisdom save first? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. So the wisdom saves at 14.
Okay, so let me just get up. I thought it was 15. No.
Well, sorry, 14 is difficult to get over.
Oh yeah, 14. So Artisan gets a +1, and the mean lock gets +0. So I'll do Artisan first. I'll do the mean lock first, since he's the one beside you. So this is +0. So yeah, he is paralyzed or whatever it was, and Artisan goes, "You tried that before, you caught me once. Be gone, you little boy." So the mean lock is paralyzed, isn't it?
Yeah, he's paralyzed.
So paralyzed. I can actually put a tag on it. Paralyzed. Para. Okay. I take it you're disengaged, or no, you can't. You're staying there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Chewie is going to try and bite again.
Where is Chewie?
Chewie's hanging off the arm of Artisan.
Around.
He did a lot of damage the last time because he had the advantage. Actions. Bite +4. Oh, for fuck's sake, 9. Don't think that's good enough. So with that, Artisan just Chewie's hanging off his robe, not really doing anything. So that's Chewie's go. Okay, Jim, you're up. You've got a critter hanging off you.
Yeah. So I had 2 level 2 spell slots in it. Yeah. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to use Burning Hands on that guy beside me.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he has to do a 15 dex saving throw.
15. And you think now, after running these all earlier, that I'd remember what they were. -1, yeah. So 15. So a -1 on this. 4. So that's not. So I didn't save.
So that's 14 points of fire damage.
14 fire. Okay, 14 fire. Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, I think I'm going to stay there.
Okay, so Whacker, where are you? Oh, you're in the corner. You're away as usual. You're nowhere near any of the action.
It's unfair. I'm targeting the main lock beside Jim. And
Of the Maw Demon.
should be because he's standing beside Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this thing. Yeah.
The one beside Jim.
Well, I just point out that Chewie does class as one of your. So you do get the advantage from Chewie, if that's what you're thinking of.
Okay, well then
No, it's up to you. It's up to you. It's just in case you forgot that, because Chewie's only doesn't look like a dog. You do get Chewie classes as your party, so you get the sneak attack.
I'm stepping in, to the
Oh,
Reverend
yeah.
and attacking with the rapier again.
Okay.
16.
16 is enough, yeah.
And that's 2 damage. And then my extra 3d6.
Yeah.
3 is another 7 damage. Then I'm disengaging again.
7, so 9 damage in total. Again, doesn't do as much as you'd have thought it would have.
And I'm disengaging.
Yeah, sure. Okay, the mean lock, whose really only option is to try and get it out of its paralysis. So, and it was 0 on it. So the mean lock is going to try and break its paralysis. Oh, that's good enough, I presume. 18. So the mean lock is no longer paralyzed. And that is its go. Robin's go. So Robin sees all this going on. He's looking at Chewie and he's sort of laughing at the lot of yous. So Robin is...
No, down with flashing.
Okay, so he is... he's going to do this. He says, "Look at me, boy," towards Adam. And as he looks him in the eye, he gives him a weakening gaze. The Babu targets one creature that it can see within 20 feet of it. 5, 10, yeah, you're in 20 feet. The target must make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And I got 11.
Okay, so 13 was your target. On a failed save, the target deals... only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength. Oh, fuck, you don't use strength. The target can read... Okay, so that's really fuck all use to you. I didn't read the thing all right. So you do half damage on any strength attacks. That should have done that on fucking Tig. So, but okay, so he has 2 other attacks, and he looks at Chewie, and he's gonna get his just 2 claws, and he's gonna slash his hands down at Chewie. So he's +6 on both of these. So the first one is 15, +6 is 21. That's enough to get through. And the second one is 14 +6 is enough to get through on Chewie. So the 2 attacks get through. So Chewie does 2d8 +8. So 8 +8. Oh, fucking hell. 10 only. Well, not 10 only. So Chewie takes 10 damage there. Sorry, let me just...
Quiet, you.
10 damage. Okay, so that is Robin. Torvi, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to do the... See, can I charge me thing again?
Yeah, 2d6. You're looking for a 6.
Oh, 2d6 I have, do I?
Yeah, you have, because you're leveled up now, yeah, so you can roll it twice.
6.
Jesus Christ, you're rolling some amount of 6s. If only I'm seeing them, I'd claim you're cheating. Okay, so you're charged.
Okay, so I'm going to attack, throw the thing.
Are you going to do the kick? You get bonus, remember, on the kick.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, so roll 2d20s, and we're going to take the worst one. This is only for the kick.
Oh.
What was your worst one?
Oh,
Okay, so you don't make it on the kick. So you're just going to do the the 2d8 +1 damage.
like 12.
12. So 12 from a magical weapon goes flying into Artisan, and that does him damage, unlike the other ones. Okay, so next up, are you have another attack?
Yeah. So 25, 19 +6. And what's the damage? It's
Just that there. That's the spear, yeah.
4. 7. 4 + 3.
But that's not magic. 7 of piercing. Okay, 7. So that is half round down is 3. Okay. Yep. Don't forget now you have restored you have once per rest you have your you can have another free attack.
Oh yeah, I do have
Whatever that's
I
called.
have me spear, so I won't
Oh yeah.
wait until I get my spear. Can I go in and grab me spear and run away?
Absolutely. You can get as far as you can grab the spear from just here and then get away without getting them into melee. So you can just pull it away and get back. So definitely, yeah, you can do that. So you have the spear back.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you could do that between your actions. You could sort of throw it, grab it, come back and get the next one. Okay, so that's you, Torvi. Ty, you're up.
In the historic thing in the story of Love, that when he throws it and it's a magic spear, automatically comes back into his hand.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, how powerful do you want your weapons? Remember, all I'll say is, remember what happened in Strad when you were all looking for the magical weapons?
And if you're sticking to the traditions, that's technically what happened.
I'm cherry picking the traditions. Well, okay, you get me the real one and show me how that works, and then I'll get you to come back to you.
Down diagrams and shit.
Yeah. Tig.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same again, so I'm going to do my 3 attacks
Okay.
on the mean lock.
I should have fucking thrown the strength at you. You fight with. I take it your strength is your attack, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the first one's a miss. Got rolled a 9. Second one is an 18. So that hits him assuming?
That's a hit, yeah.
Yeah, so that is 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points of bludgeoning. Okay, again, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't seem to be... Oh, sorry, that's the mean lock. Yeah, 10 points.
Mean lock, yeah.
10 points.
And then 16 to hit the final hit.
16 is... Yes, it gets through, yeah.
And then that is 6 points bludgeoning damage.
6 points. Okay, so yeah, he's taken it, and he is taking it. He hasn't managed to get in the door, and he's getting brutalized. Are you moving or anything?
No, I'm still going to stay there. I don't want him coming in.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good plan that seems to be working for you. Okay, number 2 is beside Dunnick or Adam, and he's going to try and bite Adam. So he is plus 4 to this. 14. That get your armor class?
Yeah, does it?
Okay, so this is what was it, 2d8 or something, isn't it? Well, 2d8 plus 2 you're getting here. So bang, bang, 8, 15, 15 points of damage. They're nasty little shits they are.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. The other one that's beside Jim is going to do the exact same to Jim. So he is going to 12 plus 4, 16.
Yeah, that's the hit. Yep.
Okay, so 2d8 plus 2 is 12.
Yeah, he's down to 3 HP.
Okay, so that was the 2 Maw Demons done. Maudib. Okay, Maudib, poor Maudib. Adam.
Right. I am going to the what's the thing next we call it? Menlock, is it?
The spider thing is the Menlock, and the little creature with the mouth with the 2 is a Maw Demon.
Yeah, I'm gonna whale down on the men. Yeah, on Spider Baby with my laser sword, with my lightsaber.
Yeah.
And adding the sound effects myself.
Yeah. Wow.
And I get a what's that? 4?
Was it?
14.
Sorry, no.
Fuck's sake.
You only want to attack, yeah?
Yeah, only one attack. That's
Okay.
my whole turn. That's the end of me.
Okay, so Chewie's going to disengage and get an attack of take an attack of opportunity. Okay, so Chewie's going to try and disengage. So Robin gets 2 claws plus 6. So okay, miss. 15. Okay, that one goes through. And Chewie takes 1d8 plus 4. 1d8 plus 4. 10 points of damage. But it runs over and licks Jim. And Jim gets 2 hit points back. If you want to mark that up.
If Chewie disengages, does that mean he doesn't invoke an attack opportunity?
Oh, fuck it, you're right, sorry. Yeah, but see, then if that happened, then Chewie wouldn't be able to do the healing. So, disengage. My bad. Chewie runs away so that he can do his...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he has to do his spell. Sorry, yeah. So, I'll do damage there to Chewie. Okay, right. So, that's Chewie's done. Jim, you're up. 5 to 10.
Well, so Jim is going to use Burning Hands at 3rd level.
Okay.
On this team's item.
Yeah.
Just burn the shit out of it. So yeah, he's to do a wisdom, it's wisdom.
Yeah, it's -1 anyway.
A dex
Yeah.
throw, sorry, of 15, yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't pass.
Okay, so that's 5d6 of damage, so 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 17 points of fire damage.
Okay, well, even before the first bit of fire damage went into... Oh, no, you're okay, he's okay. Okay, yeah, that's the first one. 17.
Yeah. Over. And what weapon is Worker using?
I'm gonna be sharp on side.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast my bonus, isn't it?
It's only on the pistol. It's only on the gun, though.
Only rifle at the moment.
The rifle.
Oh, okay. No problem. That's fine. So,
Okay, so that's it, Jim, is it?
yeah, that's it.
Okay, Whacker, you're up. Make it count.
I'm attacking the guy beside Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maw demon. Maw deep.
An 8.
An 8 is not enough, unfortunately.
Is he under some sort of... Should I have advantage on that? Did Jim just put him under some sort of spell or trial?
No. His save that he did was that he wouldn't take damage. He was trying to dodge the spell. Like, it was a spell that it's the creature dodges as opposed to a beating your armor class. Some spells are like that. That it's up to you to jump out of the way, as it were. Are you moving?
No.
Okay, the mean lock in the doorway is no longer paralyzed. So it's going to... the only person that can see is Dunica, or Adam. So it is going to... Oh yeah, it was paralyzed. So it is going to vanish, which is what I was going to nearly say earlier, and then I forgot because he was paralyzed. So he is going to shadow teleport, and he's going to go, surprise, and he's... Yeah, he teleports and ends up beside you, and he is going to now attack you. Let's see how many attacks he gets. So he gets +4. Okay, so +4 to this. And 11 + 4, 15. Does that beat your armor?
That's a hit.
That's a hit. So he does 2d4 + 2 slashing damage. So 2d4, 1, 2, 2d4 + 2, 3, 5 damage there, right?
Yeah.
And you must now do a Constitution saving throw. So on your saves, you're looking for Constitution, and you need an 11. Or you're paralyzed.
6.
Sorry?
6.
6. Oh. So you are now paralyzed for a minute. So it's the exact same. So his claws are poised, some sort of whatever in it, and you're speared. You can do that now at the end of every of your turns. You can attempt to do it. But again, I'll be at advantage, and you will be taking They'll be treated as crits because you're paralyzed. Okay, guys, it is exactly 10 o'clock. So do you want to hold it there?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. I know you got to ring Canada. So okay, guys. So I nearly got to the end of that tonight, but we didn't. So hopefully that was a bit enjoyable, apart from all the technological issues.
That was great, Bill. Thanks for that.
So,
I enjoyed that.
Good.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
So I'll just stop the stream there. So.